Once upon a time, in a beautiful meadow, filled with colorful flowers and tall grass, there lived a little rabbit named Robbie. Robbie was very cute, with soft, fluffy fur, large expressive eyes, and a small pink nose. However, Robbie had one big problem. He was very lazy. While all the other animals worked hard to gather food and build their homes, Robbie loved to lie in the sun and do nothing.
One sunny morning, Robbie's mother, a wise and gentle rabbit, gently asked him to pick some fresh carrots from the garden for winter. Robbie yawned and stretched his long ears, twitching slightly. He replied he was too tired and went back to napping in the warm sunlight.
Meanwhile, Robbie's friend Sally, an energetic squirrel, was busy collecting nuts for the winter. Sally was always on the move, climbing trees and gathering as many nuts as she could carry.
She saw Robbie lying under a tree and called out, "Robbie, why don't you help us gather food? Winter will be here soon, and we need to be ready." But Robbie just shrugged and said, "I'll do it later," before closing his eyes and drifting off to sleep. As the days passed, the weather started to get colder. The other animals were working even harder to prepare for the winter. The bees were busy storing nectar, the birds were building warm nests, and the ants were tirelessly carrying food to their hill.
Robbie watched them with mild interest but continued to nap and play, unconcerned about the approaching cold season.
One day, as Robbie lay under his favorite tree, he noticed a group of rabbits hopping by, each carrying bundles of food. They were laughing and chatting, clearly happy with their preparations. Robbie felt a small pang of guilt. He wondered if he should start gathering food too, but the thought quickly faded, as he closed his eyes and drifted off to sleep again. Soon, the first snowflakes began to fall. One morning, Robbie woke up to find that the meadow was covered in a thick blanket of snow. The bright colors of summer were gone, replaced by a serene, white landscape. It was very cold, and Robbie felt a chill run through his fur. He also felt a sharp pang of hunger. He went to the garden, hoping to find some carrots, but all the carrots were buried under the snow. "Oh no," cried Robbie, his eyes wide with panic. "I should have gathered carrots when the weather was nice. Now I have nothing to eat."
Desperate and shivering, Robbie made his way to Sally's house. He knocked on her door, feeling ashamed and cold. Sally opened the door and saw Robbie standing there, shivering and looking miserable. "Sally, I didn't gather any food. Can you please share some of your nuts with me?" Robbie asked with a trembling voice.
Sally smiled kindly and said, "I'll share with you, Robbie, but you need to promise me that you'll work hard and be prepared next time." Robbie nodded eagerly. "I promise, Sally. I've learned my lesson. Laziness only makes things harder in the end."
Sally welcomed Robbie into her warm, cozy home, and gave him some nuts to eat. Robbie was very grateful and thanked Sally. He realized how much effort she had put into preparing for the winter.
As the winter days went by, Robbie started to reflect on his own behavior. He thought about all the times he had chosen to nap instead of helping his mother or his friends. He realized that his laziness had not only made things difficult for himself, but had also caused worry and extra work for others. When the snow finally melted and spring arrived, Robbie was determined to change. He woke up early every morning and helped his mother in the garden. He dug up fresh carrots, planted new seeds, and made sure the garden was well tended. He also helped Sally gather nuts and berries. The other animals in the meadow were surprised and pleased to see Robbie working so hard. They even organized a big feast to celebrate the abundance of food they had collected. Robbie's mother gave a heartfelt speech. "I'm so proud of my son Robbie. He has learned the value of hard work and has become a responsible member of our community. Remember, kids, It's never too late to change and improve ourselves.